Welcome to the Journey to Happy podcast, a podcast dedicated to help you in the process of getting out of your own way and letting go of the mental barriers that have been self-created that stand on the way of you and the emotional freedom and happiness that you so desire. I am Olga, your host, and in here I'm going to offer you raw but real examples that will help you step into the shoes of becoming the CEO of your own life. Because let's face it, in a world where you can be anyone you want, why not promote yourself to the CEO position? I cannot wait to see you inside. Welcome to another episode of Journey to Happy. I am Olga, your host, and I'm so happy that you're here listening. So we've started October, and I have to tell you, October is one of my favorite months of all months of the year. This month is one of the months I absolutely love for so many reasons. First of all, as you guys probably know by now, I am not from Canada. I'm not from a place of seasons. And so being in a country that offers me an opportunity to experience different seasons that give such a different life experiences is amazing. But the fall has something so homey and cozy and comfortable. It's like when we go from being hot and sweaty to being not super cold yet, but just enough that we appreciate the crisp, fresh air outside, the sound of the leaves on the ground. I absolutely love, not to mention the colors, the orange and bright red and yellow and green. Right now, I've got big maple trees, outside my bedroom. And so every morning when I open my eyes, all I can see are these beautiful, bright red leaves, looking at me. And I love it. And so I really wanted to come to the podcast and talk about the celebration that I love the most. And I love it the most because this is a celebration that I personally only started practicing as a grown-up. I didn't grow up with this celebration in South America, so it's not like a family tradition, although it's become now one, but it's one that we adopted because we loved it so much. So I think there is something to say about that kind of tradition. You know, it's not like a faith-linked tradition that we've been following for generations. It is a tradition that we got exposed to by virtue of having moved to Canada, and that we loved it so much, we decided to adopt it. And I took this to another level. Like, my family liked it, but I liked it. I loved it. I took this celebration to the next level because it just felt so appropriate for my personality. If you haven't guessed it by now, especially if you're not in Canada, you're probably thinking, what the heck happens in October? It's not Halloween. Although I like Halloween, it's not what I'm referring to. I am talking about Thanksgiving. And I was talking today to a friend of mine who's American, and she said, stop saying Canadian Thanksgiving. It's Thanksgiving. Like, not everything is in reference to the States. And so she's right. Our Thanksgiving happens to be soon. And oh my God, I am going to tell you why I love Thanksgiving so much, so much. First of all, I love that there is a holiday, like a full day where nobody does anything, because it's the day to observe with an open heart gratitude, the things that we're thankful for. Obviously, when this tradition started, it was very much related to crops and the food that people had grown over the summer, which I still think is a great reason to be thankful for. But I've taken this to a different level. So I don't know you guys, but I even decorate my home for the fall. I already have like a nice setup outside my house where it's showing people in the outside world, look, these people celebrate fall and Thanksgiving. I love the colors, like I said. And so just having those bright red and yellow and greenery inside my house, I love it as well. And you guys, since I would say since I was 10 years old, I became aware of the importance of noticing the good in people, in life, and in difficult circumstances. And my fastest tool to notice what's good is always by starting with what I'm thankful for. And having this mindset of gratitude has allowed me to turn what would otherwise be boring, difficult, painful life scenarios into lessons. And it's been through gratitude when I start and think about, okay, what's the gift behind this difficult life scenario that I'm going through? It's always through gratitude that I get to see abundance. I really linked gratitude with abundance. And I think I have another episode in here where I talk about abundance and I focus primarily on gratitude. So Thanksgiving is a big deal for me because I, as a child, started practicing gratitude. Since I almost lost my life, I became so grateful that I was given a second chance. And that near death experience shifted my mindset over what really mattered. And I was always looking, still am, I'm always looking for that one thing that I can be grateful for. And if I like finish a day, like I'm finishing a day, and I am in good health, and I look around and my family is in good health, I'm alive, I'm breathing, people around me are breathing, oh my God, then today was a great day, regardless of what happened. If we are counting heads in this house and we're all as we started our day, this is a great day. If you don't believe me, as somebody who lost someone, that begins like to be such a great awareness. So Thanksgiving is a big deal for me because it felt like, whoa, these people are super smart. They actually have a full day, a national day where everybody is sort of forced to observe and look inwards to be thankful.
Have you been thinking that it's time to join a gym membership, only that for your mindset? Have you been wanting to be a part of a community where your self-growth is what's being supported? Do you want to have a life coach in your back pocket, easy to reach at any given point? If you've been thinking that this is something for you, Reset Your Mindset might be exactly what you're looking for. It's my newest membership program where you have me on a regular basis answering your questions, where you will get monthly mindset trainings with some of my best tools and most recurring theme subjects in my coaching practice. You will also receive a work along workbook to move along, and you will have Zoom group calls with me to get your questions answered and to process some of those heavier emotions that you just don't know what to do about. If this sounds interesting to you, check out my website at www.olgasway.com and look for Reset Your Mindset membership program. I cannot wait to see you inside.
And so, like I said, I took this to the next level. So not only did we start celebrating it and we had turkey and the food and the family around, I actually began a tradition in my family where I would write a note to every single person who would come for supper, telling them why I was grateful to have them in my life. And what this did was beautiful, because then my dad asked that we would go around the table and everybody had to say why they were thankful. And so it became like an exchange of notes and declaration of love and gratitude from everyone to everyone. and it's sincere. You can really feel that what people were saying at the table, actually they meant it. And I could see like my dad eyes watering when he read my note, or like whoever was there. Like, people get emotional because it's not often that we get a note that says thank you for the time where you called me and asked me really how I was doing when you sort of felt that I wasn't doing well. Is taking the time. And so this brings me to one of the things that I wanted to share with you on how to open up to gratitude. I don't know if you're anything like me. Saying thank you does not come difficult to you. It's easy. You probably already say it. Maybe you don't say it often enough, but if you don't, then I ask you to really pay attention to that gratitude. What are you thankful for, and how can you express it as often as you can? When people do something that you appreciate, say that I appreciate you. Like, I think I finish a lot of my sentences with my team, the people that work for me, the people that worked with me, the clients I coach with, letting them know how much I appreciate them. I personally tell my husband on a regular basis, I never assume he knows I love him. And not just love him, I appreciate him or the things he does around the house. I used to assume, well, everybody has to help around the house. Why would I have to say thank you? But I got into the habit of verbalizing what I felt thankful for, what I appreciated. And you know what, ladies? It's brought me more of the same. So I don't want you to start saying thank you because they're going to do it again. But I'm just going to let you in that that's a byproduct of expressing your gratitude. Definitely. I know doing the dishes is not something that I should be saying thank you. Like, oh my God, thank God you did it, because I do it on a regular basis. But when my husband does them, I absolutely go out of my way to thank him. No, not because this is something so special. I know he has to do them as much as I do. I know I do them more often than he does. And I still want to show my appreciation because that day, that moment, I didn't have to do it. And that meant something to me. So getting the habit of verbalizing, not just at Thanksgiving, but in regular basis, in a regular basis, getting the habit of thanking people, of letting them know why you're thankful for, not just say thank you and move on. Thank you because this made my life easier. Thank you because this made me feel loved. Just say thank you as often as you can, of course, when you mean it. And I will say, I say this to my clients often, don't say thank you so that you can hear back the words that you want to hear. You want somebody to say something to you, then you offer that compliment. This has to be a very genuine thank you. The thing that I learned late in life was that also to cultivate gratitude and to open up our hearts to gratitude, we must be willing to receive. So just as it's nice to do something for somebody else, to tell them thank you for the things that they've done for ourselves, it's also equally important to let other people exercise their giving to us. You see, I used to be constantly telling people, oh, no need to buy me a gift. No need to invite me for the coffee. Oh, no need to pay for my coffee. Really, no. No need to bring me flowers. No need to, like I was constantly telling people, do not have nice gestures with me. Until I realized that I got so much joy out of doing something for people, regardless of them saying thank you or not. It was just it makes my heart happy, that I decided to shift my mindset, because what was that saying for me, to me, about me, in my own heart, if I cannot receive with the same openness that I give? So that's my other tip for you, to practice how to open up to gratitude. It's a two-sided. Gratitude is not just saying thank you, but also accepting the gratitude people give you, really letting it in, not minimizing it, not saying like, oh, well, it wasn't a big deal. I was going that way anyways. I had extra money today, so I could have. No, when somebody says thank you, you let that in and you take it and you said, yes, you're welcome. When somebody offers you a gift, you take it and you say, thank you, I accept it. I am open to receiving. Is one of the ways to download love into your cellular body is to practice the art of receiving. It's how we move from scarcity into abundance. Is how we move from lack of confidence into confidence. Is when you tell yourself, I am worthy and I am worthy of receiving just as much as I'm worthy of giving. So this Thanksgiving, if you're in Canada, especially because it's coming up, but if you're not in Canada, if you're in a place where they don't celebrate Thanksgiving and you just heard me talk about this and you think it's special, then get into it. Like, you don't need to be here. Actually, I have my aunt happened to be here one Thanksgiving from Colombia. And she loved what I did so much. They're going around the table, they're reading the notes. This particular time, I had extra notepads and pens, and everybody had a chance to write a note to everybody who was present. And then we were reading these notes out loud. She loved it so much that after she came home, she organized a Colombian Thanksgiving, which again is not one of our celebrations. And she's been celebrating it ever since, every year since she came, and it's been like 4 years now. So it's contagious. Giving thanks is contagious, and receiving is equally contagious. So I want to leave you in that with that note of gratitude. This is the season to be thankful. This is the season to reflect, make a list of the people you want to say thank you to. You guys, I want you to think not just of like your closest people, your best friends, your relatives. I want you to expand your gratitude list to the lady at the supermarket, to the person who opens the door at your office building, if you're still attending your building. Think of everyone you can possibly be thankful to, and think of going out of your way to say thank you to them. And also notice those who are really open to receiving and those who are going to be shy and tell you it wasn't a big deal. And then tell them, take it. Please receive this note of gratitude. I don't know you, but it makes my day when somebody says thank you. I recently received an email that I think got me in tears because it was one of the most beautiful gratitude notes that I've read, where this person was saying that her work with me has not only shifted her world to the best possible way, but that she's now that she's been able to accept herself with so much more love and kindness, she's taking on that into her workplace. She's a school teacher, and she's seeing the same effect happening into her students, where they can be and they can just be calm and they're breathing, they're accepting, and it has had layers, the impact of her own personal work. I cannot tell you what that did to my heart, that somebody took the time to tell me what the impact of our work has been, and that has taken the time to pass that on to other people. Just feels incredibly amazing. And I know that if anybody has ever picked up the phone to call you and tell you, hey, thank you so much for this, it meant so much to me, you know what I'm talking about. It makes you feel like $1,000,000. So how about this Thanksgiving, you're going to give that gift to as many people as you can possibly think of that you want to thank, and you're going to say thank you. And if it's not a person, if it's the weather that you want to be thankful to, say that, weather, thank you. The sunshine is amazing. Whatever you want to be thankful for, but verbalize it, say it. Today is a good day. This is a reason to be thankful, because it's contagious. And because by saying that, you are cultivating more of the same, and you're opening up your heart to gratitude. All right, that's it from me today, from my heart to yours. Thank you so much for listening. Let me know if you like this episode, and if you want to hear something else coming up in the next months in the months to come. Don't be shy, reach out, let me know what you'd like me to talk about, mindset related, fertility related, whatever the case might be. I'm so happy to provide you with the information you need. For now, subscribe to my podcast. If you haven't clicked on that button, make sure you do so that you can be notified as I release new episodes. Thank you so much for listening and talk to you guys very soon. Bye for now.